Welcome to BrixKidz Live, coming to you from the studio here in London. Hi, I'm Craig, and I'm so happy that you have joined us today. Firstly, I want to thank you all for your feedback from last week's program, and we do apologize for those of you who were not able to join us last week due to technical issues. We look forward to spending this time with you today as we interact online through singing, discussions, challenges, and activities we have planned for you to do at home. Now, since last week, we have changed a lot in this country and in the world, and most places are now, people are locked down, staying at home. Lots of people are getting sick. Churches are closed, schools are closed, and businesses are closed. And people are worried. Being worried is natural, but if you are a friend of Jesus, there's something you can do with your worry, because Jesus' power helps us to be bold. We will explore this in a minute, but first, let us talk about the past week. How was your week? Were you able to use or collect any David stones during the week? My daughter and I did some gardening last week, and we prepared the soil, and in preparing the soil we found some stones that we named them, and Janelle is going to now show us what these stones are. What stones did you find?
Trust, Jesus, God, faith, prayer, and belief.
Okay, well done. So we have found all our David stones. Now, have you been able to read any of the recommended books on worries? Which was your favorite? We want to thank you for taking part in the competition on our website so far. At the end of the month, we will be rewarding you all, whoever send their entries, with special prizes, and your entries might just get published in one of our books. All you have to do is read any of the books we recommend or the Bible and use them as your inspiration to write your tips. 10 ways to dealing with worries, and send it to us. All the instructions are on our website. Just click on the C in the children section. Now, I hope you are able to also use your Here to Help cards. So, all you have to do is to draw a picture on the back of this card and post it in the mailbox of the elderly, those who are vulnerable, and those who might need your help. If you haven't done it, that's fine. You can do some today or so, because these people will be in quarantine, will be home for the next 3 months. Now, all you have to do if you need some of these cards is to email us at info@brixkidz.org, and we will mail these to you. So just email us at info@brixkidz.org, and we'll send these to you. So, are you ready to have some fun? Our theme for this year is Facing Our Giants. Now, all you need to do is put on your thinking cap, get yourself ready, get your pens, papers, markers, bits of paper, and you're going to need a bowl of water, and you're going to need some black pepper, you're going to need a cup, some washing up liquid, and a towel, a rag, something to wipe your hands. So while we sing this song, the next song, you're going to go with your parents, find all those things, get them ready, because you're going to need it to have fun with us. So boys and girls, are you ready to sing? Let us sing our first song while you get those things ready, because we need these for fun.
You're watching BrixKidz.
Wherever you lead me, I'm gonna follow. I'm trusting you, God. Fill our life. Life will get crazy, wild and amazing. I'm trusting. what's next. I wanna face this world with wonder and excitement. Face every challenge every day. I'm gonna follow. I'm trusting you, God. You are God. Life will be crazy, wild and amazing. I'm trusting you, God. You are God. Wherever you lead me, I'm gonna follow. I'm trusting you, God. You are God. Life will be crazy, wild and amazing. I'm trusting you, God. You are God. I'm trusting you, God. You are God. I'm trusting you, God. You are God.
Well done, boys and girls. Hope you enjoy singing that song. Did you work out the name of the song of the person we are singing about? A clue was in that song. Did you see an animal? What animal did you see? Well, if you guess, we are going to be singing or learning about Daniel. Now, fear becomes a great obstacle in our walk with God. Last week we saw that David faced his giant but was fearless because he knew that the Lord was going to be with him. David became bold and confronted his giant, but most importantly, he trusted God. What do you usually do when you worry? Why not share that with your family? When I worry, I usually have headaches, I get nervous, and sometimes I can't sleep. Have you ever felt that way before? Some people's hands might sweat or they might perspire a lot. Well, today we'll be talking about boldness. We will be looking at chasing our giants. Goliath used supernatural boldness. What does it mean to be bold? They say bold means B for beyond, O for ordinary, L for life, and D for doings. The dictionary meaning says it's a show of willingness to take risks, be confident and courageous. What other words do you use for being bold? Can you think of other words, boys and girls? Shout it out if you can think of those words. How about daring, courageous, brave, fearless? You can also type those on our website in the comments page. We will love to hear from you. Now, why was David so bold? It was not because he had the strength in himself to have victory over Goliath, but because he trusted in God. God delivered him in many times out of the difficult situations. David knew he could trust God completely in his situations. God gave David courage. Now, I want you to discuss this with your parents. 2 questions. What happens when we focus on our worries? What are the problems that we face when we just think about our worries? And the second question is, what happens when we focus on God and forget about our worries? And that's what we want you to be doing. We want you to don't worry about coronavirus, just focus on God. Because if we focus on all the news and everything, that we will be lost. But we want you to focus on God. Now we are going to sing our next song while you can discuss and think about what happened with you. Sing along with us.
I can't help but feel a little down, a little worried when I look around. That's why fix my eyes upon the God who gives. 'Cause all I need is what I have in him. That's why my hope is in. My hope is in the Lord. My hope is in the Lord. I belong to him. He will never let me go. My hope is in the Lord. I can count on him. My hope is in the Lord. I can't help but feel a little down, a little worried when I look around. That's why my hope is in. My hope is in the Lord. I fix my eyes upon the God who gives. 'Cause all I need is what I have in him. That's why my hope is in. My hope is in the Lord. My hope is in the Lord. I belong to him. He will never let me go. My hope is in the Lord. I can count on him. My hope is in the Lord. My hope is in the Lord. I belong to him. He will never let me go. My hope is in the Lord. I can count on him. My hope is in the Lord.
Well done. Hope you are singing along and doing the action. Now, there's this person in the Bible we're going to be talking about. Did you work it out who it was? He trusted Jesus and was bold, even though his life was in danger. His name is Daniel. And our story comes from Daniel 6 today. I know the adults have been studying about Daniel, but we're going to listen to Auntie Michelle and Janelle read and tell us the story of Daniel.
There was once a man named Daniel who loved God very much. He was from Judah. Now Judah had sinned against God, so God scattered them among the nations. But Daniel was a godly man, and God was with him and blessed him, even though he was far from home. What does it mean to be a godly man?
It means to obey God and be his servant.
And do you think, boys and girls, that it is easy to follow God in an ungodly place?
I don't think so because there are lots of distractions.
Well, Daniel became an advisor to a Persian king named Darius, and he was so wise and trustworthy that he soon was promoted above the other advisors. Boys and girls, what do you think makes someone trustworthy? What do you think, Janelle?
They are hard-working and honest.
Okay. And how do you think Daniel's faith in God helped him in his job? Boys and girls? Or Janelle, you want to answer that?
I think when you trust God and you obey him, he makes it easier for you to do the right things because you know you're doing it for Jesus.
Okay. All right. This made the other officials and advisors very jealous, and they plotted to get rid of Daniel. But because they could find no wrong with Daniel because he was a godly man, they knew the only way to get Daniel in trouble was to use his faith in God against him. Another question. What does it mean to be jealous? And what can jealousy make us do? How can we keep from being jealous of others?
jealousy means to want something that someone else has, and jealousy can make you angry, frustrated, and do bad things, and you can ask God to help you and thank him for the things that you already have.
Wow, that's very good answers, Janelle. Okay, continuing with our story. So one day, these jealous advisors approached King Darius without Daniel, and they said to him, "O king, live forever. Why not make a new law where everyone in the land has to worship you, and only you for 30 days? If they don't obey, throw them into the lion's den." They said this because they knew that Daniel worshipped only the one true God. King Darius agreed and signed the decree. Now, in Persia, once something was made into a law, it couldn't be taken back, not even by the king. Why do you think Darius agreed to pass this law?
I think it's because King Darius thought he was the best person in the whole wide world, and he had pride in himself.
And what would you do if you were Daniel?
I would keep on praying to God with the window still open, because I would know that God would save me.
Okay, when Daniel heard about this law, he did what he always did. Every day, he went home and prayed 3 times to God in his upstairs room with the windows open towards Jerusalem. That day was no different. Why does Daniel still pray in his usual way? For instance, why do you think he didn't close the windows? Couldn't he have just closed the windows and still prayed?
I think he didn't close the windows because he knew that God would save him from the lions.
But also, I think that you don't have, when you know that God is on your side, you don't have to worry. You just need to do what you know is right in the sight of God. So boys and girls, that's what it is. We don't need to worry about other people. Just do what isn't the right thing to do.
Well, I'm sure you boys and girls have your own thoughts, and you'll share them with your parents after the story, or your family. The officials saw him, Daniel, doing this, just praying to God as he usually did. And they knew he would do that. And they reported it to the king. Darius was very sad because he liked Daniel, but he couldn't break his own law. So King Darius had to give the order to have Daniel thrown into the lion's den. Feeling heavy-hearted, the king yelled down to Daniel, "May the God you always serve save you!" That night, the king didn't eat or sleep. The moment it was morning, he ran back to the lion's den and called down, "Daniel, did your God save you from the lions?" Daniel answered, "O king, God saved me. He sent an angel to shut the mouths of the lions, so they wouldn't hurt me, because God knows I am innocent. I have never done anything wrong before you, O king." Boys and girls, we know what the king did all night. He didn't sleep, he didn't eat. But what do you think Daniel did all night, especially once he realized God was protecting him?
He prayed and he slept.
What do you think? How has Daniel never done anything wrong before the king if he broke the new law?
Well,
That's a tricky one.
that's a tricky one. But you know what? If you are asked to do something that you know is not right in the sight of God, if it's not the right thing to do, well, we just don't do it. It's not that we are doing something wrong. They made a law to trap Daniel, and it wasn't the law of God. So he had to do the right thing and obey God rather than obeying these kings.
Okay, Uncle Craig. King Darius was overjoyed and had Daniel lifted out of the lion's den. There wasn't a scratch on him. Then the king had the advisors who planned everything thrown into the lion's den with their families. The lions overpowered them even before they hit the ground. A new decree was sent out by King Darius. It said, "Everyone must fear and worship the God of Daniel, because he is the living God, mighty and powerful, and he saved Daniel from the hungry lions." And so Daniel was greatly blessed. Has God brought you through a hard time in your life, boys and girls? Would you like to share a story? Daniel, Jonelle, do you remember anything?
Yeah, when I had chicken pox, God helped me to not worry about my chicken pox and remind me that my chicken pox would go away.
Okay.
I had a worrying time too. I had an operation and I had my neck cut and I was in hospital for a long time. But you know what? I wasn't worried because I know God is with me and he would deliver me.
Okay, Uncle Craig, thank you for that. And how can our lives lead others to God like Daniel's did? Think about that. Keep in mind the heart of Daniel. Day after day, year after year, he never ceased to seek God, regardless of the persecution or scrutiny he was under. His relationship with his Lord superseded everything, even what surely would have been a death sentence in the lion's den. It is comforting to know that even in our darkest moments, we are not alone, just as Daniel was not alone when he faced scheming colleagues, pagan kings, and hungry lions. Almighty God is with us, his precious children, and when all is said and done, may our lives be a testimony to his unending love and grace. Sometimes, boys and girls, others will try to tell lies on us, get jealous, and plot against us. They'll try to distract us from serving Jesus, just like they tried with Daniel. But you can learn the same lesson he did. God's power helps us to be bold. Now let us sing a song about being bold.
Be strong, for the Lord your God is with you. Be strong, for the Lord your God is with you. I am not afraid,
Well done, boys and girls. I hope you are singing that song and showing that you're ready to be bold, be strong, and knowing that God is mighty. Now, I just want to say welcome to those people who are joining us online. I see that Joy and Trevane and Jasmine, welcome to you. Levi, if you don't have black pepper, try using some other seasoning, dark color, but try using seasoning, seasoning, all-purpose seasoning. You can try using those. Noreen, Miss Terry, welcome. Glad you joined us. And Tamia, glad to have you with us. So now we're going to do a demonstration. You're ready to play a game. So boys and girls, get moms and dads to come to help you with this game. We're going to demonstrate, John and I are going to demonstrate this game. So this is a game of trust. So what you're going to have to do is, I want you boys and girls to stand like this. Janelle is standing there. She's going to fold her arm. She's going to close her eyes. And I am going to put one foot forward like I'm pushing down a wall. And I'm going to stand behind Janelle like this. And what I want her to do without looking back, it's not easy. It's just going to fall back. So are you ready, Janelle?
Yes.
So she's closing her eyes. She's just going to fall back, not bending her legs. So let's go. See, that wasn't easy because she had to trust me. She had to trust me and know that I'm going to catch her. And I have to was behind her as her father, knowing that I wouldn't let her fall. So ready again? Let's have a go. And even Jonelle could do that. You want to try that, Jonelle? Okay. Jonelle I'm going to trust her to have me now. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Hands?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to fold my arms. I'm going to close my eyes, and Jonelle is going to tell me when to go.
Go.
Oh, well done. Thank you, Jonelle. Now, how did that feel, boys and girls? You see, in order for you to do this, you actually had to trust the person catching you. And that's just it. That's just how we need to know that to trust Jesus, because Jesus' power helps us to be bold. And boys and girls, I want you to do this with me. When I say Jesus' power helps you to be bold, and you see it come on screen, you have to do the action. It says, Jesus' power help us to be bold. So ready to go? Jesus, point to the air for Jesus. Power, both hands, helps us to be bold. One more time, boys and girls. Jesus' power helps us to be bold. Get that? One last time. Jesus' power helps us to be bold. Well done. Now, we have our next activities. Now, what I want you to do is get your papers. Get your papers, and you're going to have these papers, strips of papers. You're going to write the following phrase on them. First one you can write is prayer, reading the Bible, singing and praising God, helping a person, telling someone about Jesus, love, joy, peace, memorizing, whatever you want to do, things that people can do, you can write on these pieces of paper. You're going to get your cups and you put them in the cup. And what you need to do is, once you have them in the cup, you can fold them, stir them up in the cup, and you're going to take turns. Now each person watching with you now is going to take a piece of paper from the cup and try and act it out without saying any words or making any sounds. Have you had that go? The rest of the group can guess the word, what it says. Now, Janelle is going to demonstrate this for me, and then you'll have time when we sing our next song to do that. But so, Janelle, you're going to choose one without looking. without looking. Okay. I don't know which one Janelle chose here. She's going to have to do the action without me knowing what, without saying anything. So do the action. You're taking something? You're giving me something? So you're helping others? Well done, boys and girls. That I had a few guesses before I could get that. Why, boys and girls? Because her action speaks louder than her words. And that is what I want us to be able to do and think about, how our action speaks louder than our words. So, let me give you a chance to have a go at that. I'm going to have one more and see how I can do this one. So, I have one, and Janelle and Michelle is going to try and guess what I have. I can show you what I have. They can't see that. So, that's what I have. And I'm going to show you what I need to do. So, Janelle and Michelle is going to be checking to see. I am going to do the action. So,
Worshipping God.
what? That was easy. Now, Auntie Michelle, I guess it's your time to have a go. So you're going to choose one. And you're going to do the action, and then let's see if I can get that. That's easy.
I know. Giving someone a drink.
Correct.
Yes,
Correct.
giving someone a drink. Oh, I missed that. Now, why don't us boys and girls, let us try a fun experiment now. So this time, this is what we want you to do. Are you ready? You're going to need with you a bowl of water. We're going to try this experiment, and we're going to see what happened when we have Jesus' power with us. So here are the things you will need. A bowl of water, some black pepper, some sort of dishwashing soap, and about something you can pour the dishwashing liquid in here. Now, I'll show you what to do, and you can do it along. Are you ready? Now, look at this bowl. So let's look at this bowl. It's clear and clean, just like David, like Daniel. He was godly, clear and clean. But then, what happens? You're going to get your black pepper or your seasoning, whatever seasoning you have, and some gossip or lies they start put on you. Come, Janelle, you're going to come and help me. And you see what happened to the black pepper? Janelle, why don't you tell some lies on me too? Pour it in. Pour it in. Gonna pour more in. Wow, look at that, boys and girls. There's a lot of things creeping in. And then we have some distractions that might happen. So, if you look at this, there are lots of distraction. And what will happen, Janelle? Put your finger in. You try to do it. What happened? Show them what happened to your finger.
My finger has everything on it.
Your finger have lots of things on it. Now that's because we try to do it on our own. We try to do this by ourselves. Now, what I'm going to do is we are going to then put your finger, so Janelle have wiped her finger, and she's going to now put her finger in the soap. Put your finger in, dip your fingers in, keep it in for me, don't wipe it off. Now we are going to see what happened when we now have Jesus. We are wrapped up in Jesus, and we have Jesus wrapped us up, and we're bold in Jesus. Let's look what happened when we try to put our finger in. Wow! Did you see what happened? What happened, Janelle?
The just went away.
The black pepper just went away. Take out your finger, Janelle. And there's no black pepper on her finger. Because with Jesus' power, what happened? Jesus' power
Makes us bold.
helps us to be bold. You see, Jesus' power helps us to be bold. We have to be bold and trust Jesus. Jesus doesn't just have power over the lions. He has power over the wind and the seas and the earth and worries. His power is happening right now. He has the power over coronavirus
To protect us.
to protect us. When we keep our trust and believe in Jesus, our worries and fears will stop bombarding us. Jesus, let's do that together, Janelle. Jesus' power, Jesus' power helps us to be bold. Again, Jesus' power helps us to be bold. One more time. See, I got that wrong. One more time again. Jesus' power helps us to be bold. Now, what do you do when you trust Jesus? What would help us to trust Jesus more, boys and girls? Why don't you discuss that when we sing that song one more time? Be bold. As we discuss the song, discuss what would help us to be trusting in Jesus. We're gonna sing that song again because I know you want to sing that again.
Be strong, for the Lord your God is with you. People, be strong, for the Lord your God is with you. I am not afraid, I am not dismayed, 'cause I'm walking in faith and victory. Come on and walk in faith and victory, for the Lord your God is with you. Be bold, be strong, for the Lord your God is with you. Be bold, be strong, for the Lord your God is with you. I am not afraid, I am not dismayed, 'cause I'm walking in faith and victory. Come on and walk in faith and victory, for the Lord your God is with you. Be bold, be strong, for the Lord your God is with you. Be bold, be strong, for the Lord your God is with you. I am not afraid, I am not dismayed, 'cause I'm walking in faith and victory. Come on and walk in faith and victory, for the Lord your God is with you.
Created using Powtoon.
Well done, boys and girls. Jesus's power helps us to be bold. Now, just want to say hi to Victoria and Stacy who has joined us online, and Mom Gloria, thank you for joining us online. David from Jamaica, I hope you're keeping yourself safe. David Campbell, hope your children are enjoying that. Make sure you send us your comments and feedback. Now, as we come to the last parts of today's show, we want you to do something. We want you to pray for someone who is close beside you. Use their name and pray that they will trust Jesus and be bold during this season of worry with coronavirus. So what do you pray? How about you praying, Janelle or Mommy?
Okay, dear Jesus, we want to thank you for giving us the opportunity of talking to you, to come in boldly before your throne. As you've said in your words, you invited us to be bold. We ask that you will take away our worries and our fears, because you have promised to do that. And help us to trust you now, as we've learned from the story of Daniel, that we can trust you no matter what. So as from today, we will give you all our worries and our fears. And we thank you for protecting us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Awesome prayers. Now, as we come to the end of the show, we just want to say to remind you of our picture preacher pad. If you want one of these picture preacher pad, just email us and we will post these out to you free of cost. You can draw your pictures of what we discussed today and send it in to us. We could put it in our gallery and upload it on our website. In the meantime, we just want you to also remember our competition, Ruby's Worry. You need to pray. We need to read these. We have a set of these books that we recommend on our website. Read this. This is by Tom Percival, a very good book on worry, Ruby's Worry. Read it, and on our website, in the instructions are there just for you to write 10 things that you can do or you will do when you worry. Send them in to us and let us know. So, before we go, I just want to remind you of the other thing that I need you to do. First thing I want you to remember to do today or this week on our website, to help somebody in your neighborhood. You can get these Here to Help cards. You can click on the website link, print these cards. On the back, draw a lovely picture, and with your parents, complete the front information with your name and house number. Post it in the mailbox of your neighbor, whoever is vulnerable, elderly, and might need your help, and this will do a great thing for them. So that's one. Secondly, remember, take part in the competition and keep yourselves safe, boys and girls. Have fun, enjoy the rest of the day, and if you want to catch up more from BrixKidz, you can also listen on Adventist Radio London at 4 o'clock, where we'll have a show on the radio station. So, from all of us here at BrixKidz Live Studio, just want to say thank you for joining us today. Send us your feedback. Have a lovely day. From myself, Janelle, and Auntie Terry, let's all say bye.
Bye.
Wherever you lead me, I'm gonna follow. I'm trusting you, God. You are good. Life will get crazy, wild and amazing. I'm trusting you, God. You are good. Wherever you lead me, I'm gonna follow. I'm trusting you, God. You are good. Life will get crazy, wild and amazing. I'm trusting you, God. You are good. I wanna live each day like anything can happen. Can't hardly wait to see what's next. I wanna face this world with wonder and excitement. Face every challenge, every day. Wherever you lead me, I'm gonna follow. I'm trusting you, God. You are good. Life will be crazy, wild and amazing. I'm trusting you, God. You are good. Wherever you lead me, I'm what's next. I wanna face this world with wonder and excitement. Face every challenge every day. I'm gonna follow. I'm trusting you, God. You are good. Life will be crazy, wild and amazing. I'm trusting you, God. You are good. Wherever you lead me, I'm gonna follow. I'm trusting you, God. You are good. Life will be crazy, wild and amazing. I'm trusting you, God. You are good. I'm trusting you, God. You are good. I'm trusting you, God. You are good.
Hi, my name is Janelle, and recently I have been reading a book called BrixKidz Worry. I like to read because it helps you deal with your worries, and if you get a worry again, you know what to do with it.